they keep hearing that. Finally, they're like, you know what, I'm just going to have a show. It would be impossible to get everything I want to get here tonight because they've heard it enough times. Product seeds for the business. How many of you always at your shows are showing products that did not come in your kit, but you did earn in some type of promotion? How many of you are consistently showing products that did not come in your kit? Do you tell people that? Because they think you bought it. All of our customers think that we have to buy all the extra things that don't come in the kit. So instead, how about saying, this is actually our new, whatever, when did we get the manual food processor? We all learned manual food processors after they came in the kit. They had given us about 6 opportunities to earn this thing for free. So even though this one actually didn't come in my kit, I was so happy that here came this $50 food processor. I didn't even have to buy it. The company gave it to me in a promotion. If there are so many things that you want in this catalog, if you want a steady stream of free products entering your home, I would like to give you some business information, because I actually have everything in this catalog in doubles and triples, and in 13 years, all I have ever bought is the kit that you see here in the catalog. I have spent nothing in 13 years on products. Do some consultants choose to buy, support of all the ways that we can buy products? Yes, Michele Zito is not one of them. I earn it or I don't own it, and that's it. Because, sometimes I'll say, I joined this business to earn money, not to spend it. So whatever the company gives me is what I have to show you. And you're able to earn everything in the catalog as a consultant. All right, our income seeds, please, and I don't think this is so much an issue here in the Northeast, but don't be afraid to talk real money. We make $100 to $200 or more per show. And it's so funny because we almost become anesthetized to that kind of money. You know how we do a $500 show? It's like, it was like a $500 show, whatever. I'll be talking to Jill, it was like $500, whatever. Meanwhile, that's $120, right? Someone who works part-time at Target for 20 hours is getting a paycheck of $140. That's like a $700 show, right? So we do a show, we're gone for 3 hours, eat other people's wine, drink their food. Drink their food, drink their wine. And make the same amount of money in 3 hours that people that work Tuesday night, Thursday night, Friday night, and lose their entire day that they're not at the beach on Saturday for their part-time job wherever. And I'm not mouthing Target, I'm just using that as a blanket example. Because that's what, how many times have you met a woman that she's like, I'm just getting a job at Target. That seems to be everybody's go-to thing. One show, 20 hours. So, don't forget that even a $100 show, even when you just do a $480 show and make your bare bones $100, that's more than most people are making. So we have to remember to be free with that information. If you have one paycheck to show in a plastic sleeve, show one paycheck. If you have a progression of paychecks that you can show, where you're showing the growth that you've had over the years, then show that. But do something to be concrete about your income, so that people see that it's real. That's why you're telling your story. You know how sometimes at your first few shows, or you're doing a show and it's really like mostly your cousins and stuff? I don't have to tell my story today. I promise you that's when you most need to tell your story, because otherwise your cousins are like, what's happening here? I think I'm divorced. Why is she so special? They don't understand why you're doing this, especially if you already, most of you have another job, right? And probably your whole family is like, she has a job. She got another job? What are they lose their house? Getting their costs taken away? Nobody understands. Because they think, oh, poor thing, she's making like $6 an hour.
Poor thing.
Poor thing. And guess what? Nobody is booking with poor thing.
No.
And they're certainly not signing up to be poor thing. Okay, so when you are doing your show, that's why the level of confidence is so important. When you're up there owning the products, and owning everything that can be done, and the fun that they're going to have at your show, and what a great business it is, they want to be a part of it. No one wants to be a part of any kind of poor thing situation. So, that's why so much of your recruiting success will come from the level of confidence, and your booking success will come from your level of confidence. So the telling your story, and I know that we have a lot of brand new people today, so I am just going to review for a quick second. It's not your whole story. It's not your life story. Just like when you're doing your ticket game, when people are like, how many shows a week do you do? Well, I mean, like my director said, I'm supposed to do 2 shows a week, and that's what I wanted to do. But last month, my husband was on a lot of overtime, and then I had to have the stabilizer on my toe. So I want to do 2 shows a week. So I'm like really hoping that some of you will book shows.
Because I need to get something done on my other toe.
That would fall into the category of your whole story. Or your life story that no one cares, So if you want to be doing 2 shows a week, but you're not currently, you're going to say, I like to do 2 shows a week because I have found that doing 2 shows a week allows the income that I started this for to make that car payment, as well as to earn a lot of promotions from the company. Next. A whole lot better, right? So when you are telling your story, whether it's at your first show or your 100th show, again, it's a brief thing about why you do this. And that's your ultimate, really, seed as far as the business. So what I usually do this at the very end of my show. I do wrap up my show with the old Mary Chiarella letter game leading up to the Ask Me a Question. So, I'm going to say a letter of the alphabet. You shout out a food that begins with that letter, and then I'll say, okay, our first letter is C. Carrots. C is for carrots. It's also for cooking show, which is what you saw here tonight. If you choose to have your own cooking show, you're going to get everything you see here. Cooking slide. Okay, and I just go, oh. But Duska's going to show this too. This is my way. So, if this looks good to you, let me know. And we can talk about what show and time would be right for you. Okay, our next letter is B. And the reason I do it that way is because the first time, I think I learned this from Judy Joel or something, and here was a room full of consultants that fully know what the host benefits are, and we were all like, and she's pulling it up silently, because at that point, their ears are very overstimulated, I feel like. They listen to me talking, this whole time, so now they're looking, and it's colorful, and it's pretty, so they're like, and another way to do that would be to pull it out when they're getting unruly. Oh, Friel, did I even remind you what you're getting by having this show here tonight? And now everybody who was all, crazy is like, so, and then I go on to C is for catalog show, I do P is for payment, S is for special, F is for fundraiser, and then, and our last letter is, I don't actually say the last letter, and our letter O, octopus. Okay, we must be in Staten Island. O is for octopus.
Oh, that's cold.
No, well, that's the best when you go, gee, Galamad. No, we're not playing the Hooked on Phonics. I just say, what's Galamad? I don't even know what that is.
I don't either.
What is it? They have brats.
So anyway, O is for our business opportunity. And I'll just say, I hope that what I showed you here is that not only is this the best way to get together with your friends and family, not have to cook and clean up, but that it is also the most unbelievable way to earn a fantastic income. I actually started this when my son was 6 months old, and at the time I was a teacher on maternity leave, and my husband said to me, this stay-at-home mom gig is very nice and all, but at the time we were paying a $600 COBRA, and apparently we didn't have it. So he said, if you could just do something, part-time, whatever, that would make that $600, that would be really helpful. Now, I don't know if any of you have looked for a full-time, part-time something that would bring $600 in. It's easier said than done. But then I remembered back to the Pampered Chef party I had hosted about a year and a half before this conversation. The consultant drank my wine, ate my food, and told me she made $250. And she had booked 2 shows more with the people that were there. So I'm like, that looked pretty good. I'm going to do that. So I called her up, I ordered a kit, and that was in June of 2000. So I was so surprised that and so 3 of my friends had a show. At each one of those shows, I did earn over $200, and then 2 complete strangers booked shows at each one of those. I'm like, oh, it's not a cult, I'm not out of business, I don't have to beg my family. I still have shows in July. The people in July booked August. The people in August booked September. P.S. 13 years later, 1,300 shows, here we are, and I never went back to that teaching job. So, you know, just in case you want to take a look. That happens all the time.
No more coffee for
This
you.
is my little, I don't drink coffee.
Oh my God.
This is all Michele.
This is my little Life with the Pampered Chef album, Lou. This is my little Life with the Pampered Chef album. First couple of products are just pages are just things you can make with the products. You know, you can use your bar pans to make sheet cakes, stop paying the bakery. It's for the wrong filling. When I ordered my kit, I had no idea that they give you a trip, or the opportunity to earn a free trip every year. My family's been to Disney World twice, Mexico twice, the Atlantis, all kinds of places. There were years we couldn't or didn't want to take the trip. That's the year I did a bathroom, I've done tile, I've done carpet with gift certificates. It's unbelievable. I had no idea that doing 2 shows a week could give you this many perks. We go to conferences. Let me ask you this. All of you that clean a toilet, is there ever anyone outside that bathroom with a clapper going, or any of you that work in an office? I'm guessing no. But that's what happens when we go to conferences and meetings and all kinds of stuff just for doing our job. So if you want somebody to give you some praise, join on with me. I don't know if you're aware, but Pampered Chef is owned by Warren Buffett, so we do get all of the perks of being part of Berkshire Hathaway, which also includes the fact that the company is not going out of business. So you're always going to have a business. Now, just so you know, I'm not making up stories. This is my first pay stub with Pampered Chef, $604.62. I was very excited because I made my $600 and still have $4.50 to go to Dunkin' Donuts. I was very excited. So you'll see that as the paychecks go on, you get better at the job, people join your team, of course they get better and better. So, I'm going to just pass this around. You look super excited, so I'm going to let you see it first. And, I do that. I just give it to anybody who's close, or even if they were like, I'm sorry. I'm so excited, I'm going to let you see it first. And we're going to serve up the, and then I do give them the opportunity to ask any additional questions about either hosting a show, what Duska's doing here tonight, or any question about being a consultant, what I'm doing here tonight. So at that point, I answer those questions, all the while the prize is going around. And then when the person I like the best is holding it, the game is over. And I tell them they get to keep it, and that's it. So that's how, and that's really my main business plan.
You are awesome.